Generic greeting. Generic greetings and welcome to Construction Plus Airships. Once again, in the previous episode, we did very, very, very well. We managed to take over 1, 2, 3, 4 areas, I think. Did we take over that one? No, that was always there previously. So we managed to take over the last remaining, I guess, seaside town, which was Strucklud, or whatever that the hell the thing's called. The random names here, I just can't pronounce them. I can't pronounce names in general, you understand. But yeah, we managed to take that over, and you can see it's got telescopes, which we immediately fitted onto our new vessel, the GLV Spiderington, which is due for a refit. So let's refit that. We're going to open design, go for the Spiderington again. We're going to open that, and then we are going to refit it. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's got a bit of damage, and there you go, it's immediately repaired, so there's no problem. That's the only reason why I did that. Just make sure everything is, tippy top. We managed to do that. Not bad at all. And then what we did was we stomped up this way, and to be honest with you, there was no real defense there. They had a couple of sort of towers or something like that, a couple of ground defenses. We didn't literally walk over them, although we could have done because we do have spiders' legs. We just stood back and shot them with huge honking cannons, which big honking space guns managed to just take them out. So we're now in a situation where there's only 2 people left on the map. At the bottom is, I guess you would call it, well, what is it, like mobile phone and flags, whatever that thing is. No, it's rat and mobile phone. Then we've also got the really hard, like the worst pub name in the world, which is the Rat and Boar. I'm sure there'll be a pub somewhere in the UK called the Rat and Boar or the Boar and Rat. Either way, that is who's left at the top, and they are, well, they're fairly entrenched. If you look at that, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, whatever these are. I think it looks like they're fairly armed. I think they've got grenades or rifles or something at the front. And then we've got 2 of these, other ones, the Victory and the Rapid. Looks like they are boarding vessels, which is why they've got a fairly big sort of entrancey thing there. I'm pretty sure they're boarding there for, going to something and taking it over. And then we've got a little mini Tankington, which is something they nicked. So that's going to be problematic. What I need to do is take them out, and that's what we'll be doing this episode, hopefully. So, first things first, let's go to this area here, Netgam. We're going to go to actually create landship, and we'll open the design because we've already have the Spiderington. Okay, we're going to open that, and then what I'm going to do is rip these heavy cannons off the front. We don't actually want these heavy cannons on here now. So there we go, they're all gone. And then what I'm going to do is go to our weapons and then to suspendium cannon. Now, suspendium cannons, something that are, as you can see, even longer, but we can clamp them all on. It is too heavy, which is, a bit of a problem. So what I'm going to do is probably remove a top layer. I think we can get rid of the top layer off this thing. So we'll get rid of that, get rid of all of these here, cut the whole top of the ship off, and then there we go. So we're a little bit short of a couple of things, so we need to get rid of all of this. There we go. That's now that's now made it the right sort of weight, but we need to put a corridor back on there. Suspendium cannons, if we look at them, if we compare them, suspendium cannon, precise arrangement of suspendium crystals fires a small suspendium bolt with extreme speed and accuracy. They have it's a piercing damage of 55. Heavy cannon is piercing damage of 100, so they hit very, very, very hard. But the suspendium cannons are, as far as I can tell, more accurate, although it doesn't say there. The suspendium cannon seems to be quite good, but we wanted to make them just because we got them last episode, and that's what most of the comments were saying. We should just have one. So I thought, yeah, why not indeed. Go back to command and crew, and we're going to put a telescope back in so we can obviously spot better. We've got a crow's nest right up the top, and then we need to put a bridge back in. There we are. If we go to basic and then to our supply hatch, 1, 2, 3. I want to do that. That should do us quite nicely. We're going to remove. Actually, we're gonna pretty much alter the entire back end here. There we are. Remove all of this. I'm pretty much rearranging the entire thing. There we go. And what's that there? That's a sick bay. Sick bay can stay where it is. Maybe we'll remove 1 fire point. I don't think we need 2 fire points on this thing. This is going to be sitting right at the back with the suspendium cannon firing, you understand? So that's okay. We'll go back to, command and crew quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. And then I think we'll go for a troops and then a guard barracks. There's also barracks as well, which is fairly cool. We could put full barracks on here. Honestly, though, I don't think we have any need for a big one. So that'll be there. We still need some more supply hatches, so I think what we'll do, right at the bottom, if we've got a structural... No, it's not in structural. Where is it? Resources, maybe? Yeah, we'll put a large cargo door at the back. And then we could... How much do we weigh? 4,501. So if we go to armor, we could actually go for... We've got wooden armor. We don't really need to have it... We don't really need to have it very well armoured at all, really. This is, you know, something that we'll probably do is quite nice. We'll go to decoration, then we're going to go for a large wooden nameplate, which is already on there now, let's see. And then we'll go for another spider right in the centre there. In fact, we could get rid of it and put it there, which, yeah, looks pretty cool. Yeah, that'll do us quite nicely. So... I don't think there's anything else we need to really put in. That's pretty much it. I might have missed something out, but that's pretty cool. So we'll rename that, and we're going to go for... the GLV. Obviously, it's still got spider's legs on there, which I know people have said, yeah, you could have used something else. If I got propulsion, we can see that the spider's legs can have... It generates 7,000 propulsion. The large legs do 2,500. Medium is 700. Large tracks. Yeah, so spider's legs are one of the best, I guess. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Right, GLV... We haven't made a Sniperington. We have got a Sniperington, but that's actually a flying vessel, so we'll save the design. There we go. Might as well build it, to be honest. Might as well build it there, and that's where we've got a large shipyard. So we'll have the Spiderington, we'll have the Snipington, we'll have the Brickington, we'll have the Flackington, we'll have the Mini Tankington. All assaulting this area here. This is going to be a big fight, and honestly, I'm just expecting lag, to be totally honest with you. Right, so we're going to move them over to there, to Gilfield. We're going to sit them down, and then we are going... Sip a beverage first. Today's beverage is a nice cup of tea. Right, we're invading. They haven't stopped to turn around to attack us, so here we go. Now, I am aware that we will not be able to fit all of this on. In fact, we're going to reserve everything, and we'll see what they've got. It's all air, basically. It's all air. So, at the back, hang on, we've got a mini tank there as well. We'll reserve it. Hang on, we'll reserve that. So, at the back, we will have a Spiderington. No, we'll have a Spiderington there. Okay. Then we'll have a Flackington, because obviously we've got a lot of vehicles here that are going to fly over us. We'll have a Sniperington, which we can put right at the back about there. We can have a Brickington. We just can't fit it in there, but we can fit it underneath this other one. I don't know what that will do. Honestly, I don't know whether that'll work or not. I'm going to try it, though. We'll put another Brickington at the front. And that is all the big stuff. So all we'll do, we'll just put all of the little things as close to the front as we can. Or at least get as many of them in as we can. Yeah, we don't want to put it there because all it'll do is it'll land on top of the other one. I think that's what's going to happen here, but you know, it's going to be funny to watch regardless of what happens. We'll put that right at the back. I honestly don't think I can fit any more in. All I'll be doing is stacking them on top. The only reason that is allowed to place there is because it's sitting on top of that tree. All that's going to happen as soon as this game activates, that leg's going to come crashing down and destroy that. That's then going to drop and then destroy the other one. So we'll put that in reserve. I can't fit any more on. Okay, start. And then immediately it starts glitching out. Let's stop. Let's just stop the game for the moment. So you can hear crunch, crunch, crunch. And now, actually, that ship is now standing on top of the Brickington. So that's an interesting one. Let's just go back to play here. So immediately the flak is firing away there. There goes the flak. We've got a little... Oh, they've got the Tankington at the front there, which is obviously getting hit hard. Immediately, the shots whizzing left and right and up and down and all over the place. You can't even really see what's going on. Flackington firing away quite well there. I think the Mini Tankington's actually buggered off, to be honest with you. This ship up here, whatever that is getting absolutely destroyed. Look at the shots whizzing out here. They're all shouting bullseye. Honestly, there's shots going everywhere. We're taking that one out. It looks like we have managed to take that one out. And there we go. We're just cutting it up. This one's been boarded, so hopefully... Yep, they've boarded us and we've managed to... No, they're still fighting. They're still fighting away. No, there we go. Now it's no longer boarded. So that one there looks like it's got boarded. That's the Spiderington. And I think I managed to win this one. The Spiderington, we have managed to take out... sorry, we managed to repel the boarders. If we just have a quick look around... The Mini Tankington's gone. It's just disappeared somewhere. There's a little bit of vessel there that was up here. We can see... Oh, look. One solitary guy, look, that was one of their attackers that they must have got off and is now sitting on the suspendium rock going, well, I've been in better situations looking down at all of this and basically going, crap. All of these are getting shot to hell. It looks like we've taken another one out, which is then bringing the rock down. And now this thing here, yeah, they've actually... Have they surrendered? They have surrendered. Looks like this is climbing up to the top. We've managed to make 3 of them surrender, but to be honest with you, we're going to click OK, and then we'll do a bit of it. We'll just go for a brutal takeover, because that is all of that guy's stuff. Honestly, yeah, that's it. That's all of the stuff. So the only person left is this guy down the bottom, which is interesting. We're going to keep moving them down. The reason they can't go any further is because of the connections, and I think there's only a certain distance you can go, so I need to stop off to refuel, probably. That's what I'm guessing. What are we going to do? The problem I have is that I do have the Spider Assaultington there. Let's go, and we'll go to create land ship? Build ship. Build ship. Build some Spider Assaultingtons. Build ship. Spider Assaultingtons, because these are cool. We're just going to get this over with, to be honest with you. Let's send a spy over there. We're going to view this city. We're going to try and incite revolt, which does nothing. We'll do it again. Does nothing. Do it again. Does nothing. Guess what? It doesn't really matter to me how many times I do this. I've got so much money I can keep trying it. Let's go for a destroy on that. There you go. It's been destroyed. Cool. Still infiltrating that city, which is done. Let's move all of these over to there, that side. Obviously, these are not very fast, but they do the job quite nicely. That'll be 3. We're going to build another one. Spider Assaultington. I'm going to use my spy that I've just put in that city to have a quick look. They have 3 defensive structures, and it doesn't look like any of them are flat guns, which is pretty cool. That's what I wanted to know. Move all of these over that side to build another ship. Spider Assaultington. And then as soon as they're done, we're going to move down to here. Now, the reason for that is I cannot assault this area by sea. I need to actually take over the port. So I need to use this to take over the port and then charge in 35,000 generic units of currency here. 36,000 generic credits. More than enough to take this guy out. Unless he's holding some sort of secret weapon of death, like a nuke or something, then I think I've pretty much got this. So let's just quickly start that, and immediately I'm going to tell this other one at the top to move over to there. All of these going to go over there. And there's the rockets going in. To be honest with you, the rockets might do the job themselves. We're moving all of these down like this. Oh, that one's coming out the sky quite fast, actually, which is not great. So that one's landed. Move that one further down. So we just need to board the ship. Obviously, these are the Spider Assaultingtons. So these are fairly cool because they've got the little spider guys. Oh, looks like we've lost the suspendium tank on the top. This one at the back is really taking on a lot of fire. Like taking on water, but it's just burning to death. We might be able to put the fire out, but it looks like we're not. Either way, all we need to do is board and capture. We've captured 1, 2, 3 things. There's the one at the back that we have not yet captured. Move over to there. This is not good. These are all running out of ammo, which means they're pretty much going to stop. This is not good. I think I've just lost. No. No, not yet. Because this one here, this one's still got rockets in it. That's the only reason why I haven't lost yet. Let's do a board. They're going to do that and then drag themselves along and then get on board, and then that'll be a win. There we go. That's captured. Only just won that. Honestly, I think I lucked out. I really did luck out. because I should have lost that because I didn't change all of their fire orders to aimed fire, and then they almost basically shot all of the ammo out, and then we're done. Either way, that's a victory. We're going to do a brutal takeover because we really need to take this over quick. And then what we're going to do is move our massive, huge, stonking fleet, you could call it, put it on a boat, sail it over here, and then... yes, there we go. That's what I thought was going to happen. And then basically, now that we're on this side, we can move over here. We've got a flamethrowers now. We haven't had a land. We haven't had a GLV Flamington yet, so we can flame on a ground ship. But either way, we've managed to take this over. The reason I sent these over there, a bit of a two-pronged approach. I wanted to make sure that they don't actually join up. I wanted to make sure that they are separate. So the fleets don't join up, and also I knew that moving them over there would probably make them think, ha, there's nothing there, let's go and take it back, which is why there's stuff on the road, which is why I'm waiting, because as soon as they get there, guess what they're versing? They're versing all of this. And what have they got? A ramming ship. Yeah, big engine, big ramming power on the front. Interesting, right. So, I've got these defensive structures, as you can see. They've got a couple of ground vehicles. Let's just reserve a lot of these, and we might as well reserve most of them. We can put the fairly big land ship at the front, like so. And we will activate the Flackington. We want a Flackington in here. And then we want the... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Sniperington at the back. To be honest with you, I think that'll do. We'll put a Brickington in there and we'll start that off. And then, there we go. So, I think I can... Oh my god, look at the suspendium cannons. The noise they make. Oh, there's a ram. Whoa, look at that. Oh, I didn't expect that. That is a ram and a flamer. So it's got a fairly big ramming power on the front. And it's got flamethrowers, which, if I go to outside view, look at that. It's really damaged this thing. And now it's landed and just crushing all the way through that. Well, you can see what happens when you don't have much armor. Yeah, I don't know why, right? But in a lot of games, whether it be computer games or war games or whatever, ramming always seems to be a very, it's just better than any other weapon. And it's weird because, yeah, you could look at it, well, you shouldn't ram because, there needs to be someone in there to pilot the thing and blah, blah, blah. But the amount of, if you have like say 5 crew piloting that and rams it in the side and takes that massive ship out, you're probably going to be more efficient doing that than having to just have a long firefight, which will get more people killed. Either way, we've managed to take this thing over. I'm going to then invade with this, and here we go. We're going to all the way down the bottom. North Wessex is the last thing that I have to verse, and as you can see, there's nothing much there. We're going to we're going to reserve the Flackington. We're going to put our Sniperington at the back. We're going to reserve all of the little things because we don't really need them. Why can't that one? There we go. And we'll reserve that one. No, reserve it. I think... You know what? No. These mini Tankingtons have been a constant source of amusement and companionship. And they've just done the job. They're plucky. Right? They shouldn't be good. They're not very good. But they've done better than a lot of other things I've made, that's for sure. So we're going to put all the little mini Tankingtons on. And they can do most of the work. Last fight of the series, I think. Unless they win. In which case that's going to be problematic. And for some reason, the game has started to die. It's lagging out like a boss, and I think I know why. That's probably because a lot of these vehicles are ramming into each other, so I'm just going to try and go forward. Oh my good grief. We're chipping the front out. Yeah, I reckon there's some sort of clipping issue here. You can hear it going, oh my good grief. I think it's probably there. Let's just move that over there. We'll see what happens. There we go, and it's now standing on top. It's like rollerblades for it, isn't it? It's like roller skates. We got these legs, and on the bottom we got tracks. Ooh, that should be another thing. You should be able to get tracks on the bottom of legs. Cool. Anyway, it's dying because I'm guessing, like say, there's some sort of weird collision issue. But either way, shots are whizzing past. I can't actually see what's going on because the game, I'm getting about a frame a second. Oh, I'm taking the thing out at the back. Okay, that's interesting. As you can see, there's shots just whizzing into the thing on the right. Oh my god, grief, this is just a slideshow. Apparently this is 5 FPS I'm getting here. Which is weird, because when I pause it, look, when the simulation stops, 60, or 30, because I recorded 30. Taken out 2 of them. The other one, there's another one gone. They've just surrendered. They surrendered, which is daft, because that was the last city, which means I win. Victory! Finally! Whew, that was a tough one, that. Obviously, we lost the first one, and this one, about maybe a third of the way through, looked like we could even lose this one, but we managed to pull it back, taking over the right-hand side island, give us a nice sort of bastion if we need to defend, going around, and then, you know, actually taking, sort of nicking all of these little cities from underneath the other guy's nose while he was fighting, and then building big ships, or big ground vessels, and then charging in. Overall, a productive bit of building, and a fun series. There we go. That was Airships Conquer the Skies Alpha 7 point odd, because we've went from 7 all the way up to 7.1 onwards on this series. I think we will leave it there. I don't think we're going to do another series unless there's a massive call for it, because we've built all of the things I can really think of. Obviously, there's a lot more suggestions that I haven't done, so thank you if you left a suggestion, but I haven't actually got to building it. But we can only realistically build and test and do, you know, 1 new vessel per episode, and we've managed that just about on average, at least 1 per new episode, so I think that's good going. There's still a couple more we haven't made. It also depends on, a lot of people did say they want flamethrowers and stuff like that, but we didn't manage to get to it mainly because we only just got it this episode. But yeah, either way, it's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. Whew. We will come back to this. I just got to see what the other alphas bring. As always, comments in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.